Hey guys, today I'm going to be mixing things up a bit and I'm going to be comparing the Apple Watch against Android Wear. On the left hand side we have a Apple Watch Sport Edition which is $350, and on the right hand side we have an LG G Watch R which runs for around $250. Here's the Apple Watch, and you can see it's got a heart rate monitor, it's got a microphone and a speaker, and then a couple buttons on the side. It's also got a very nice screen. I like the high resolution screen on it, and Apple says that's a Retina display. And then here's the LG G Watch R, and it's got a really nice round display, which I love. You've got a heart rate monitor on the back, and you've got a microphone, but no speaker on the LG G Watch R, which I'm really sad about. I really wish the LG G Watch R had a speaker like the Apple Watch does. The Apple Watch I've been playing around with for a couple weeks now, and I found it to be very reliable and pretty speedy. You're able to flip through notifications just like you are on Android Wear. You're able to do pretty much the same stuff. You're able to receive text messages, notifications from Facebook, and stuff like that. So it's both of these devices are able to do comparable things. But let's go ahead and compare the speed on a few of these. So let's go ahead and take a look at how Siri versus Google Now works on here. So to access Siri, you hold down the button on top of the Apple Watch, and for Google Now, you just double tap. Who is the President of the United States? And let's see who gets this quicker. And boom, it looks like Android Wear is a bit quicker for asking questions, although obviously Apple Watch was able to do the exact same thing, it just took a little bit longer. But I've also noticed this to be true for Android versus Apple iPhones, is that Google Now seems to be a little bit faster than Siri in general. So I don't know if that's necessarily something to do with the watch or just the ecosystem of Android versus iPhone, but whatever. Let's go ahead and take a look at a few different apps and their loading time. So I'm loading up Amazon here on the LG G Watch R, and you can see it took a few seconds. It wasn't instantaneous by any means. But I found loading apps really just depends on the application you're loading and how much data it needs from your phone. So we'll go ahead and do the same thing from the Apple Watch. I have a note application on here. There we go, Wonderlust, and you can see that it too was not instantaneous. It took a couple seconds. But again, both of these are not that bad. You don't have to be super impatient. As long as it's within a few seconds, I think that's reasonable for a small computer that runs on your wrist. After using both of these devices, I think they're both great options. My biggest complaint with the Apple Watch is that as a new user to the Apple Watch, I find that I'm not always sure what I'm supposed to press or what I'm supposed to do, because you have two buttons on the side. Then you can also force touch, and then you can also palm cover the Apple Watch. And so sometimes it can be a little confusing of how you get back a screen or what you're supposed to do. Do I want to swipe? Do I want to press a button? Do I want to force touch? I don't know. But the Apple Watch does offer a lot of cool features as well. I really like that you can connect over Wi-Fi. I love the fact that it has a speaker built into it and that you can actually have real phone conversations on there. I can't do that with my Android Wear watch, and the moment that Android Wear releases a watch where I can actually have a full-length phone conversation on my watch, I'm going to buy a new Android Wear watch just so I can do that, because that's something I've always wanted to do. It's just so cool, so MacGyverish. I've always really wanted to do that. So the Apple Watch definitely wins there in my mind. But the Apple Watch is a bit more expensive. I mean, you're talking like an extra $100 over the LG G Watch R, and then the bands, which you get from Apple, are $50 a piece for these plastic rubbery bands, which they're good bands, don't get me wrong, but I just don't like the fact that you have to get these special proprietary bands that only work with the Apple Watch, whereas on my Android Wear watch, my LG G Watch R, I can go to Walmart and I can get any generic watch band and put it on my watch. So it's kind of a trade-off. And honestly, I think that if you are the type of person who likes Android, you're going to like Android Wear. And if you're an iPhone fanboy, you're going to like the Apple Watch. And the reason I say that is because I found that the Android Wear watches are much more customizable. So I put in a custom launcher that you've seen me use, the slide out drawer from the left. That's not default by Android. I put that in there. And you can't customize your Android or your Apple Watch the same way. You can definitely do a lot more customization and tweaking in Android Wear, which is what I love. I'm a hacker. I love to do that sort of stuff. But people who like the iPhone like the consistency and the reliability. And if you like that, you're going to like the Apple Watch because it's very reliable. I haven't had it fail out on me once. Whereas with Android Wear, I have had Android Wear have bugs and crash on me before, and the Apple Watch hasn't done that at all. So both of these are great options, and you really can't go wrong either way. I think it's just a personal choice of, are you an Android fanboy? Are you an Apple fanboy? But either way, I think having these be competing options are great because both companies are going to steal from each other and compete with each other. And so I think in the long run, it's a win-win for both sides.
Thanks for watching, guys. If you're interested in learning more about any of the apps you saw in this video, you can find their Google Play download links in the description below. I always love hearing your feedback, so leave me a comment and let me know what you thought. And finally, if you enjoyed this video and you'd like to stay up to date with the latest apps and Android Wear developments, click the subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time.